made $100K a year. Like what
Here, let me frame it like this. So your future partner, you're like, because obviously you guys are both, you're 18, you're 25, correct? 22. So like some of you might not be looking for that super long-term guy, especially at 18. Most of the guys you're dating in college, they're not, they're in college, right? They're not making a ton of money. But let's say when you're a bit older, when you want to get married, how much do you want that guy to make?
Well, for sure more than me. That would be ideal.
Okay, so how much?
As long as you can,
future husband, how much do you want your future husband to make?
As long as you can match me or preferably be above me in that scenario.
Preferably above.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it has to be a set number as long as
Sure.
I'm happy. Like that's what's most important at the end of the day.
Okay. So you said match you or be above you. Do you have a sense of how much you think you'll be earning?
I have no idea. I want to go into real estate and I don't really know what that entails, but I don't know.
So match you or more?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, how much do you make currently?
45.
Okay, so 50K or 45K and up? Or
Yeah.
how much do you want your future husband to make?
More than me, like I would say like 50 at least.
How many kids do you want to have?
2 to 3.
2 to 3. I could run through this checklist perhaps later. You want 2 to 3 kids. Do you want to stay living in California?
Cali or Miami's nice too.
Miami, okay. Okay, so you want to stay in California or Miami. How many cars do you want? 2 cars?
2 cars.
How big is your future house? How many bedrooms?
My future house, hopefully.
Yeah.
Like a mini mansion.
Mini mansion?
Yeah.
Do you want a bedroom for each kid? How many bathrooms?
When they get older, yeah. Not when they're like toddlers.
Okay.
It's not necessary.
You're going to have to marry a guy who makes more than 45K.
For sure,
If you want 2 to 3 kids. To live a semi-comfortable, especially if you want to stay in California or Miami, or move to Miami. But what about you?
Match me in the future.
Match you in the future. Do you have a sense of how much you think you'll be earning by, say, 30?
I think like 45, maybe.
45K?
Match me or
More?
yeah.
Okay, Tara.
So my answer is enough to support and spoil as many kids as we decide we want to have together.
How many did you say you want again?
Well, as many as I could afford. So I guess
Sure.
that's like a circular argument, but
Okay, sure. Okay, so let's bring it back to the breaking up texting thing. So I'm trying to remember where I was on that. So your boyfriend broke up with you over FaceTime.
Mm-hmm.
Were you guys in the same city?
Yeah.
Okay, so he could have done it in person.
Yeah, and then literally I think 3 hours later, I dropped off all his stuff immediately, just at his house.
Dank Nick donated $50. It's called being secure. If I can date a girl for 2 years and she breaks up with me, well, what can I do about it? I can be mentally checked out pretty quick. She's made up her mind and has a rebound guy lined up. Just move on.
Yeah, and also I think it's the case when a girl breaks up with a guy, they have another dude in mind. A lot of the time. Are you shaking your head in agreeing, or are you just?
no, I'm sorry. I'm just what's the word?
Tweaking?
Jittery. Sorry.
Okay.
I'll
Yeah.
cut it.
Okay. So, yeah. Okay. So, he broke up with you over FaceTime. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And were you upset with him, over the phone, that he did that?
I was just kind of accepting it, and I was
Yeah.
kind of asking why.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, other than that, I just accepted it. I wasn't mad or yelling at him or anything.
Right. I mean, so 3 months, although it was your longest relationship, I would say anything under 6 months, and look, and this is just not me, I'm just speaking in general here. Anything under 6 months, a text, I think is fair game.
No,
so I think
yeah.
to call you disagree?
I think at least a phone call.
No, but he FaceTimed. It wasn't in person, but
No,
he
but
did.
you're saying a text is sufficient, but that's I
think
disagree.
No,
I think
I
a text is
agree.
sufficient, like under 6 months.
At least a call. I would appreciate a call for sure instead of
That's
a
fine.
text.
That's fine. But certainly for 3 months, I think a
Well-
text is acceptable. So I think he didn't do it in person, but he did FaceTime. At least you spoke to him.
I guess, but that's still like the bare minimum, I guess.
question
Because
on-
it was
oh.
out of the blue.
Okay. Question: how long was the breakup conversation? How long were you guys talking?
Like 2 minutes.
Oh, 2 minutes?
Yeah, it was nothing.
Yes! That's awesome!
What?
But yeah, but I mean, like, obviously that's in the past. It's so far, like, I don't even think about it now. Plus I was like 17 when this happened. I was young, so it's not even like a thought in my mind anymore.
Okay. All right. I need to pull up Discord. We're gonna do the call in here. While I work on the computer really quick to do the call in, Tara, can you maybe mention your controversial dating opinion?
Oh, yeah.
And we will have everyone. Oh, and we have to do the dating app review too. So if you want to do that,
Yeah.
go for it.
Okay, so my controversial dating hot take is that if you're a girl and you feel like you're not being treated by guys like the way you want to, like they're not putting enough effort in, that it's not the guys that are the problem. And I mean, this is all pre-dating. I don't mean this like in a relationship. I mean this like in pre-dating terms. And I'm saying it not as in like you're not good enough to get that treatment, but as in you're not carrying yourself and just having high enough standards to where the only other treatment you will be having from guys is like guys who put effort in.
I'm confused on what the question is.
Yeah, that it's not a question. It's just like it's just a hot take.
Oh no, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree with that. And then,
That's good.
yeah.
Do you not agree?
Are you saying like we accept the love that we think we deserve? Is it that kind of like what are I was just confused.
Yeah, I guess it's on that.
I mean, I definitely think that as far as terms of dating, like women definitely should have higher standards than I feel like a lot of my friends and like my personal experiences. Like the bar for the guys is just on the floor, like below sea level. Like it's bad. So I think that all women should have, decently high standards, especially when taking into consideration if you're gonna make this like a serious relationship. I think that you should value yourself and know what's should be acceptable versus not acceptable.
I mean, I think both genders should have like high standards for what they deserve.
Definitely.
I'm not saying that like women should settle for anything. I don't think that I think like if we're with someone and they're not giving us what we want, like personally from my past experience, like I've been with some like guys who have not treated me well, and that was like a stepping stone for me to realize like, okay, like I don't like this, like I don't deserve this, like I don't want this from like my future partner. Like I think like now is the time that we should be going on as many dates as possible and dating people to see what we do and don't like from a partner. And I think that goes for both like men and women. I think men should also be like exploring their options and seeing like, okay, like I like this, like I want this from like my future spouse, like all of the above. But I don't think us being treated as lesser than has anything to do with how we see ourselves.
I definitely agree with that.
Very well said.
I'm not a fan. Thank you though.
As long as you're honest and open at the same time, you set boundaries. Like for example, hey, like I don't want you to like have to like homies as your guy friends, and if she's like not willing to compromise that, then yeah, you should just no longer speak to her.
Do
and know your worth.
each of you guys think